In different years, in different countries, people encountered the same nightmare. A person appeared who looked completely normal, spoke calmly, answered questions confidently, but then he said one thing that changed everything. He named a place that does not exist. And the most disturbing part is this. With every new case, the stories became darker, closer, and more real. The first one happened long before passports, cameras, or modern records even existed. Story 1. The Children from a World Without Sun. It happened in a small village. Early morning, fog covering the fields. People heard strange sounds near the edge of the forest. When they arrived, they saw two children. They looked human, but something was wrong. Their skin had a strange color. Their clothes didn't match any known culture. And when the villagers tried to speak to them, the children answered in a language no one had ever heard before. They refused normal food. They reacted with fear to sunlight. And again, they repeated the same word, pointing toward the forest. For a long time, no one understood what it meant, until one of the children slowly began to adapt. When asked where they came from, the child answered quietly, "We came from a place where there is no sun." People later dismissed the story as a legend, a medieval myth. But centuries passed, and someone very similar appeared again. Story 2. The Boy with No Past. In the year 1828, late in the evening, a boy was found standing near the city gates. He could barely walk, as if he had never used his legs properly before. In his hands was a letter, but he couldn't explain where it came from. He spoke slowly, strangely, as if words were something new to him. When people asked about his family, his home, his past, he froze, and then he began to cry, not like a scared child, but like someone remembering something painful. The only thing he could say was a name, over and over again. As time passed, people realized something terrifying. It wasn't that his past was hidden. It was as if his past never existed at all. And just when people thought this was the strangest case possible, another man appeared, one who didn't lose his past, but brought a different world with him. Story 3. The Man Who Named a Country That Doesn't Exist. He was stopped for questioning. Everything seemed normal at first, until he confidently named his country of origin. Officials checked the map. There was nothing there. When they told him the country didn't exist, he didn't panic. He smiled and calmly explained where it was located, what cities surrounded it, and how long it had existed. The more he spoke, the more uncomfortable everyone became, because he wasn't guessing, he was remembering. And when someone finally said, "This place is not real," the man looked at them and replied, then explained how I arrived here. That was the first time people felt fear not of him, but of reality itself. And in the next century, the nightmare returned, this time with documents. Story 4. The Man with a Passport from Nowhere. The airport was busy. Bright lights, long lines. The man handed over his passport. It looked authentic. The stamps looked old. The visas were real. Only one detail didn't match anything: the country. When questioned, he remained calm, polite, almost amused. He was taken to a private room. Cameras were recording. Guards stood outside. He sat on the bed and said quietly, "I'll wait." The next morning the door was open. The room was empty. No broken windows, no alarms, no explanation. But this was not the last time it happened, because in modern times, someone even closer disappeared. Story 5. The man the camera saw and then lost. This time, there were cameras everywhere. The man entered the building. His face was recorded clearly. He walked down the hallway, and then nothing. The next camera showed an empty corridor. The footage wasn't damaged. No frames were missing. It was as if the person simply stopped existing between two moments in time, as if he didn't leave, but returned somewhere else. These stories are separated by centuries. but they share one detail. None of them seemed lost. They seemed misplaced, as if they opened the wrong door. And if people like this can appear here, then somewhere there must be a place where our world is the wrong one. The only question is, can anyone ever go back?